What's up, y'all? Driver Eyes here. I'm gonna start this new deal here. I'm gonna start a race analogy video on my channel. I don't know if I got any race fans out there or not. I'm a race fan, maw hugger. But anyway, damn, I said that again. But anyhow, yeah, right. The 2020 Daytona 500. It started on Sunday this year and it rained them out. And they ended up restarting it on Monday. They finished it out. It was a pretty good race, actually. Now, mind you, on Sunday I was busy. I've still been building my garage. And my goal is I want to watch all the races from my garage. As many as I can. We go places sometimes on the weekends, and I'm going to have to listen on the radio or on Twitter or something like that to keep up with what's going on. But I was over in my garage on Sunday working, building a shelf. I built a big overhead storage area. Well, it's not big, but it's, I don't know, 5 by 8. That's a pretty good sized shelf. But anyway, I listened on the Sirius XM app on my phone. So I'm listening to Sirius XM NASCAR radio almost all day while I'm at work. You know, on occasion, I don't know, I listen to Pandora quite a bit too. But, you know, when I'm interested, when there's some interesting things going on, NASCAR to me is interesting in general. I've been a fan since the 80s. But on the Daytona 500, okay, it started on Sunday. They ran 20 laps. Most all the drivers just got in line and rode. They knew the rain was coming. They knew that they probably wasn't going to get the race in. And you can't win the damn race on lap 20 anyway. Okay. But anyway, they continued the race on Monday at 4 o'clock. Okay, well, I was still at work when the race started, but I hauled ass to get home. And I watched and listened. I listened while I was in the garage for a little while, and then I went to the house to actually watch what was going on. And it seemed like a pretty good race. It was typical Daytona sort of racing with 4 wide and everybody's in the draft and touching each other and all this, and they had several big wrecks. And all in all, I thought it was a pretty good race. You know, and it has nothing to do with what's going to happen this coming weekend in Vegas. But Daytona and Talladega are entities by themselves. They're totally different style of racing, different races in general. And the race went pretty well. Like I said, I liked it. It was really entertaining, and got me fired up for the season. And NASCAR is totally changing the cars next year. They're going to a different style car. I think it's the Gen 7 car they're going to next year, with a lot of big changes. But they've changed a few things on the cars for this year, which is kind of odd because they're all going to be obsolete next year. But they can't, you know, they have to give us the best show, the best racing possible. You know, they can't just shit on this year because they're changing everything next year, right? Right. So anyway, the end of the race, man, they had so many restarts, so many cars crashed, and you know, they took the white flag finally, and Denny Hamlin wins the race. And in the midst of that, in the last 150 yards, Ryan Blaney and Ryan Newman get together, which happens on those type tracks. Well, it happens on every damn track, actually. I mean, you couldn't avoid contact in that situation. It just, they were going way too fast. Well, they weren't going way too fast. They were going fast. Okay, I'll say that. But Ryan Newman gets clipped and hit the wall, flipped over, and pretty much landed a driver's side window on Corey LaJoie's windshield. Pretty much in his damn lap. That was a crazy race. That was a crazy finish to the race. And I don't have a favorite driver. When I first started watching racing, Cale Yarborough was my favorite driver. And I switched from him to Davey Allison later on in Cale's career. And then when Davey Allison passed, I switched to Jeff Gordon. And when Jeff Gordon retired, I can't even remember what year that was, I was like, I'm still a race fan. I don't know. I like a lot of different guys. So I don't pull for any one person. Okay, I like a good race. That's what I'm down with. And if somebody's mad or something, weird happens or whatever, then hey, I'm fine with that. I'll deal with it. They all can't be barn burners, I know. But I'm a well-rounded fan after all, since the 3 generations of racing that I've been a fan of. 3, maybe 4 generations, I don't know. But anyway, Ryan Newman getting clipped, crashing, and Denny Hamlin takes the checkered flag, and they showed Denny Hamlin, and then they're showing Ryan Newman sliding down the track on his driver's side door upside down. And man, I was up out of my chair at the house, yelling at the TV, "Get him out of the car! Get him out of the car!" And the car wasn't even stopped on the track yet. That's how into it I get. I was quick on the safety stuff, and the guy showed up pretty quick. That wasn't, that didn't seem to be an issue. But I'm so glad that Ryan Newman's gonna, he made it. He's gonna make it. And Denny Hamlin was celebrating in victory lane, and I saw on Twitter there was lots of people bitching and condemning him for doing that, and his team, and oh, there's a guy over here, he might be dead in his car, and you guys are over here celebrating and acting like you just won the Daytona 500. Mind you, it's 3 times for Denny Hamlin, but they had no damn idea what was going on down the track. They just saw their car across the finish line and looked. I mean, it was really close with him and Ryan Blaney, and they won the damn race. Us watching from home on TV. Actually, this is going to blow some of you guys away. We know more about what's going on at the track than people at the track know, because they're not. If they're watching videos or monitors or anything, you can't hear anything. If you've ever been to a race. If you've ever been to any kind of a race, actually, you can't hear very well. It's pretty damn loud. And with all those people there, and all the cars and everything going on, those guys had no damn idea that Ryan Newman was having issues, and they were having issues getting him out of the car. They didn't have a clue. So this bad mouthing them and talking crap to them and all that for celebrating in victory lane. They just won the damn Daytona 500. That's what them guys knew. They didn't. Wrecks happen every week, and I'm going to say 80% of the time the driver walks away. I'm going to say 80% because every now and then they have to be cut out of the car or whatever. And I've saw Ryan Newman upside down many times. I believe twice or 3 times at Daytona, when and he's getting crashed out upside down and flipping and rolling, and he's always climbed out of the car. You know, and it looked bad, and everybody was on pins and needles, and I was watching Twitter after the race, and there's people crying and blaming Ryan Blaney and all this shit, and it was racing, man. It was racing. I've never been in that situation, you know, other than at a go-kart track or something, but, you know, I've never been in that situation, but I understand what's going on, you know. I mean, I've been driving in inclement weather. I hold a steering wheel for a living, and people are doing stupid shit, or somebody just loses it, and, you know, you're just trying your best not to take them out and to try to watch what's going on around you. And things happen, you know. Blaney didn't wreck Newman on purpose. He totally didn't. I mean, I don't know why somebody would even say that. There have to be somebody who hasn't watched many races, you know. But with that all being said, these people are, and I listen to NASCAR radio a lot, like I was talking a while ago, and there's lots of people calling in and trying to change the you know, want NASCAR to, they need to stand up and change this. They need to slow these cars down and quit letting them run in a big pack and all this shit. You know, I mean, there's not a whole lot they can do. If everybody's not running in a big pack at that track, there's not going to be any passing for the lead. You know, I mean, it's very, very, very little passing anyway. And you know, it's not going to be an exciting race. Not that crashes and stuff make it more exciting, but all those guys being together in that pack, 4 wide or 3 wide, drafting, you know, side by side and banging off each other and all that's exciting. It's very dangerous, but it's exciting. You know, and that's what sells race tickets. I mean, it's like, well, I mean, honestly, it's like those people that were giving Denny Hamlin hell because they were celebrating because they won the race. I mean, you know, it was a shitty situation that Ryan Newman crashed, and they were, you know, having to flip the car over to extricate him from the car. But this is going to sound shitty, but the show must go on. I mean, really, that's honestly how it has to happen. Everybody can't just stop and concentrate on that one thing. There's too much stuff going on, and you know, it's best if, you know, they don't show the safety crew and all that, and people won't keep speculating on what the hell's going on, and let them guys do their job and get them out of the car and take them to the hospital. You know, if that's what's needed, then that's what's needed. You know, but I mean, honestly, the show must go on. It has to go on. You know, I mean, I remember back in 2001 when Dale Sr. lost his life at that track. I was watching that race, and there was talk after the race that NASCAR didn't even know if they were going to race the next weekend or anything, and that was ridiculous. Of course they have to they have to race the next weekend. You know, of course they do. The show must go on. Dale wouldn't have wanted them to not race the next weekend. You know, these guys understand the risk that they're facing when they strap into these race cars. And if they don't, then they wouldn't be there, you know, honestly. But all in all, I'm glad that Ryan is okay. I've been a fan of Ryan's for a while. It's kind of ironic that he's in the 6, which is an iconic number, and the 12 was pushing him. If you remember back to his Penske days, he drove the 12 car for Penske. I think that was his rookie team and car owner and car number. I believe it was 12 in 2002, I think, is when he came out. But you know, he's been around for a long time, and it was a hell of a race. it was a bad situation, but it turned out to, you know, it might be months, hell, it might be, he might not come back to racing. We don't know yet. We're still, you know, we're still in the early. I got too much shit going on. I got NASCAR radio playing and damn CB radio playing, and I'm talking. That don't make any sense, does it? I'm a busy guy, and I'm at work. But it was unfortunate that he crashed like that, and he's in the hospital. We still don't know the extent of his damage, of his injuries, and yeah, I hope he gets to come back to racing, or I hope, you know, I'm not going to say he's going to come back and win a bunch of races or whatever. You know, that's nobody can predict that. I hope that Ryan Newman does what Ryan Newman wants to do. If he wants to hang up the damn helmet because of this, applaud you, man. Had a great career. He's won the Daytona 500. He's won a lot of big races. He's a highly decorated driver. He's in the running for the championship most years. You know, the past few years he's had a slump, but I'm thinking it's the change in cars. You know, the cars changing around, and they don't suit his driving style as the same as Jimmy Johnson. That's what happened to Jimmy Johnson. You know, I think is that the style of cars that they went to don't suit his style of driving, and because he didn't forget how to win a damn race, you know, Jimmy Johnson didn't, and Ryan Newman hasn't either, I'm sure. But damn, this video is like almost 17 minutes long. But anyway, I said a lot, and there's a lot to say about that race. But I'm going to start doing these. I'm going to try to do them on Tuesdays. It's Wednesday today. I just thought about this actually while listening to NASCAR radio. But applaud NASCAR for the safety innovations and all this stuff, you know. I mean, there's people talking about that they need to change this and change that. I mean, in looking at it all, how everything unfolded, it was a win, kind of, because Ryan Newman didn't lose his life, and the safety enhancements and equipment that they've came up with over the past 19 years since Dale Sr. lost his life worked. They worked. You know, they might not have worked flawlessly, but they worked. You know, he's still with us today. Will he race or not? Again, I don't know, but he's still with us today. And that's in saying that, that's what I'm going to end with. I will holler at you guys next week. I might post another video. I don't know. It's probably not going to be NASCAR related, but it may be. But anyway, I'm going to try to do some videos from my garage if I can ever get it lined out. You know, I don't even have a concrete floor in there yet. I'm walking around in dirt. But hey, rednecks do what rednecks do, right? I can work on stuff in there and get me out of the weather and watch racing, hopefully. But driver eyes. Later, y'all.